Okay, so with normal stuck pushing, you're working with an index that's usually like higher than 9, right? And then so how it ends up working is your swords put sparkles in slot 9, 8, and 7, right? And then you fill the top slots and then misslot the hook. So let me just do that real quick. So yeah, you see how I had a misslotted hook in slot 8, and then the real hook went into slot, what was that, 3? Right? And it got stuck. So which slot the misslotted hook is in doesn't matter, because all it does is to like do the attachment for the real hook to get stuck. So then you can just do the normal stuck hook things like bomb, lamp, and then release, right? That all still works. Oops. Oops. So when you're doing powder pushing, a slot 2 powder will set your index to 6. Oops. Like that. So now my index is 6. So that's barely high enough to reach slot 5, which is a back slot. And the sword charges sparkles. These don't generate enough sparkles to reach slot 5. So so you can't use the sword sparkles for this. But other stuff like the red boomerang, the silver arrows, and the ice rod. Well, maybe not the ice rod. The ice rod's a little finicky, but they all generate enough particles to reach slot 5. So you're basically just doing the same thing. So what I was doing was bomb, 2 arrows, and then shoot this 3rd arrow out. So this fills the last front slot and creates particle ancilla, which will reach slot 5. Oops, I messed that up. Let's try that again. Oh, let me... Oops. Oops. I was late, I think. Oh, I didn't let the other arrows respawn. Let me do that first, actually. So now, you saw the misslotted hook went into slot 5 instead of like slot like 8 like you would in a normal hook push. But the stuck hook is still in the front slot. So now, after you do that, the setup is exactly the same. You still do the hook release. Just like that. So it's really no different from a stuck push. You just need slightly more particle ancilla to reach slot 5, because that's the only back slot you have access to. And as a bonus, because after you misslot the hook, your index drops to 4, the second hook will always be in a front slot, so you don't need to worry about getting like the double misslotted hooks that you sometimes get with the normal setup. Like if I do like this happens to me a lot. See there, I got 3 misslotted hooks. Because I had an index higher than 9. But because with slot 6 pushing, you're working with an index of 6, the first misslotted hook will go to slot 5, and then all the rest of them will go into the real slot like you need. And I think double misslotted hooks you can do stuff with, but I don't understand how to. So yeah, just that.